First dry eye disorder is a tear film due to the tear deficiency or excessive tear evaporation, which causes damage to the interpalpebral ocular surface and associated with symptom of ocular discomfort. But he introduced a new classification in 2007. He says that it is a multifactorial disease of tear and ocular surface that result with symptom of discomfort, visual disturbances, tear film instability and potential damage to the ocular surface. It is accompanied by increased osmolarity of the tear film and inflammation of the ocular surface. Function of the precorneal tear film, outer lipid layer. This is secreted by meibomian glands. It retards the evaporation of the aqueous layer of the tear film. It also increases the surface tension, whereby assists in the stability of the tear film, and it lubricates the eyelids. Middle layer is an aqueous layer. It is secreted mainly by the lacrimal gland and accessory gland of Krauss and Wolfring. It supplies oxygen to the corneal epithelium. It has an antibacterial substance like lactoferrin or lysozymes. It also provides smooth optical surface, and it also washes away the debris from the conjunctiva as well as the cornea. And the inner layer is mucin layer. This layer is secreted by the goblet cells of the conjunctiva and the glands of Mans and the crypt of Henle. Its main function is to convert the epithelial surface from hydrophobic to hydrophilic. It is a glycoprotein and get absorbed into the cell membrane and anchored to their microvilli. So, the first question to me, what is the thickness of the tear film? PG student, yes? How much? Anybody else? Now your turn now. No, okay. This is here. It is around 10 microns. Okay, the first prize is gone now. Anyway, this main is aqueous layer, which is around 8 microns, and lipid layer as well as the mucin layer is less than that. Now, physical property of the tear film. Its thickness, as I told you, is 8 to 10 microns. Volume is 4 to 13 microliters. Rate of tear secretion is 1 to 1.2 microliter per minute, and turnover rate is around 18% per minute. Refractive index is 1.357. pH is, normally we call it as a 7.4, but it is 7 to 7.3. Osmotic pressure is 0.9 to 0.95% of sodium chloride solutions, and ocular tension is around 40 to 160 mm of mercury. So, prevalence of eye diseases, dry eye. 60 million affected in the worldwide. It is very common. 1 to 2 million suffer from severe to chronic symptoms. 7 to 10 million Americans have some form of dry eye needing artificial tears. 33 million of adults may be undiagnosed. Sjogren syndrome is associated with dry eye effect 1 to 2% of the population. Average age of dry eye in patient is around 54, mostly in women. Dry eye syndrome affects around 75% of the people above the age of 65 years. And it is one of the most common reasons for ophthalmological visit. There are different studies which have come up, but the average is around 14. Wisconsin disease in India, the dry eye prevention, it was referred by Sahai et al. At Indian Journal of Ophthalmology in 2005. They gave it as a prevalence of around 18.4%, and the main criteria was symptom plus test. Classification of dry eye. Mainly we follow the due classification. It is etiopathogenesis, or it might be a causative mechanism or severity of the disease. Causative mechanism may be tear hyperosmolality or tear film instability, and severity of the disease by level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Etiopathogenetic classifications, there is aqueous deficient and evaporative. Aqueous deficient, Sjogren's syndrome or non-Sjogren's syndromes, dry eye. And Sjogren's syndrome dry eye might be primary or secondary. And non-Sjogren's dry eye, lacrimal deficiency or lacrimal duct obstruction. And again, there is a reflex hyposecretion, reflex sensory block, or reflex motor block. In evaporative, it may be intrinsic or extrinsic. Intrinsic may be due to meibomian gland dysfunction, disorder of the lid aperture, low blink rate, drug Accutane. And in case of evaporative, it is vitamin A deficiency, topical drug preservative, contact lens wearers, ocular surface disease, especially allergy. Now here one question is again coming, blink rate. What is the normal blink rate? 16? Anybody? Who's got 16? Okay, you get it. But you anyway. Do you I'll come to it, man. Yeah, I'll come to it. Dues classification according to the severity of the grading system by level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1, you can say there are so many things are there. I don't want to go into the detail of it, but I just reading the level 4. That is the severity and disability as constant. Visual symptom will be constant or possibly disabling. Conjunctival injection will be very marked. Conjunctival staining will be very marked. Corneal staining is severe punctate erosion. There may be a filamentary keratitis, mucus plumbing, or increased tear debris or ulcerations. There may be trichiasis, keratinization or syphilis. Sherbert score less than 2. This is a normal neural feedback. This normally comes when we are teaching students, this is come as a short note. Many times Superman Sakar has taught us how to do it. Dry eye, this is immune mediated disorders. There may be a disruption of the cytokinin, disrupt the neural arc, leads to the interrupted secretomotor nerve impulses and lacrimal gland neurogenic inflammation, T cell activation of cytokinin secretion in the tear, and there is a loss of tear secretion. There may be a transient discomfort in dry eye, may be stimulated by environmental conditions, especially in case of air conditions. Inflammation and ocular surface damage, altered tear film compositions, few other conditions like ocular allergy, allergic conjunctivitis, blepharitis, continence users, etc. In conjunctivitis, the inflammation, erythema, several causes of bacterial, viral or allergic or chemical conjunctivitis. In conjunctivitis, what happened? There is loss of the goblets from the conjunctival epithelium and the deficiency of the mucin secretion. There is also release of inflammatory cytokinin is damage in the corneal epithelium. Chronic psychiatric conjunctivitis may be due to Stevens-Johnson syndrome, toxic epidermal necrolysis, trachoma, epidemic keratoconjunctivitis, atopic keratoconjunctivitis, Sjogren's syndrome, progressive systemic diseases, and sarcoidosis. Chronic ocular allergy. The dry eye is very commonly associated with it, An allergic history has been reported in 36% of the dry eye patients. Chronic allergy normally leads to loss of the goblet cells and destabilizes the tear film and damage to the ocular surface. Again the same thing, stimulation of the local immune system and destabilization of the tear film and increased tear evaporation in allergy. In blepharitis, this is very common in older people. There is a common remittent problem for the older people, not usually serious plus constant nuisance. Patient education is very important, lifestyle management, regular hygiene and installation of the drop, and realistic expectation of the treatment. Patient has to be explained properly that what he expects from the treatment and how much we are handicapped for treating this patient. These are the pictures of blepharitis. Blepharitis is an extremely frequent cause of blindness, maybe due to the loss of neuronal gland functions. There is impairment of the lipid phase of the tear film and increased rate of evaporation, or there is loss of goblet cells, deficient mucin secretion and destabilization of the tear film. This is a small picture of lid anatomy. Blepharitis symptom may be sore, burning, itching or irritation of the lids, grittiness, watering, mild stickiness, particularly in breathing, red vein margin and dry eye. Contact users, 18 to 13% of the contact patients have dry eye problems. 12 to 21% has reduced wearing time due to the dryness. And 6 to 9% discontinue wearing contact lenses. Computer vision syndrome, this is a very common feature nowadays. This is due to the excessive use of visual display media in case of information technology, or this leads to the insufficient tear flow, glare and reflection from the monitor, need of glasses, and symptoms may be eye strain, fatigue, itching, burning, photophobia, blurred vision, irritation or heaviness of the lids. What causes computer vision syndrome? Low blink rate, what we have told you, it is 16 to 22 is the normal blink rate. But in cases of computer vision syndrome, the blink rate comes down to around 10. And in case of readers who normally read a lot of things, and then in those cases also, the blink rate comes down to 10 or 6. There is a screen flickering and incorrect viewing angles. And symptoms may be narrowing of the eyelid slits, eye irritation and pain, redness, burning or headache. How this happens? The staring at the monitors, reduced rate of blinking, faster tear film evaporations, deprivation of the lubricants and nourishment, and consultation with the doctors. This is the blink rate. And who are at risk? Computer users, programmers, data entry operators, additionally those who are working in the air-conditioned offices. Solution is the regular use of tear substitute, ocular lubricants. Diagnosis. Okay. One more question coming. Slit line examination. What is the thickness of the tear meniscus at the lower lid? 1. Tell me 1. 0.5. It is 1. Who has told 1? 1 is correct. It has to be less than 1. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, there is a fluorescein dye examination. We may find it a punctate erosion of the cornea. This is another question coming again. What is the tear film osmolarity? I asked you osmolarity of the tear. Osmolarity. What is the normal osmolarity? I think you will get it. It is not less than, it is 300. And this picture which I am showing you is sorry. This is a picture of a osmometers, which is not available in the market. But if you go to the conferences, All India conferences, you go to the Entor shop, Entor's store area, you will find this type of instrument there. Huh? Huh? No. Osmometer. The same thing. It is very big displayed in the Entor Pharma stalls. Mammography. How many mammography glands are there in the upper lid? More than I know. Somebody says from that place, don't see the Google Baba. Don't go for the Google Baba. But how much he has told? It is not 40 to 60, we can say it is around 50. And the lower lid is around 25. At least you can get it. In the mammography, we can just see the mammal glands, whether the duct is clogged. This picture is there. I think this picture is the clogging of the ducts are there. But it has to be like this, clear cut, mammal glands. And how to, but this is about the mammography, but normal clinically, how to know the mammal gland secretions? Just by pressing the lids. If the secretion is clear cut in the mammal gland, small dots appear on the lid margins, then this is not a mammonitis. Or if there is a lot of foamy